I just found out that there's actually not supposed to be team preview on the first round, I guess. So I guess I'll just lead Volta 2, because that seems like something that makes sense to lead. And yeah, so he leads with his own Volta 2, and I'm assuming that he'll just hit and run, and I should be slower, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so I am slower than him, and I do get to hit and run off. He doesn't do much damage to me. Um, what he will do now is probably go into Clangatang. Yep, because, everyone has Clangatang. And so it is misprint. That is pretty cool, I guess. But what I will do is I'll just go into Spectatic and click Disarm. Just to get the disarm off on anything really, and see how it goes. Right. So now I will click Disarm, and I don't know. Maybe he'll go into. I'm not really sure what he has, so I'll have to sort of see based on that. And I feel like keeping Spectatic in is fine. So it does have good garlic, and it is the chocolate skin, so that is pretty cool. Not chocolate, the mint skin. Um, but yeah, so can switch out, and what I will do is I'm considering going into Meltama, but I don't know. Um, I could go into Meltamot to absorb a Burning Orb potentially from him and then switch out to Mold. I feel like that's something he might do. So he does just go for Fiery Bite. That is interesting. Oh, I did not mean to forfeit. Um, yeah, I don't know. Do Meltamot just not run Burning Orb? I feel like they do, but I'm not sure. He does go for Fiery Bite again. I mean, that's fine. I just kind of expected them to run Burning Orb. But I don't know. I feel like you'd go for Burning Orb there. But, it isn't that big of a deal. I will go for the Agitate to see what he has. So he does have Springling, and that is fine for me. Um, let's see. So, Springling, Clangatang. So, Mold looks like a pretty big threat right now, because he did switch in Springling into this, so that is not a good sign for him. And, yeah. Alright, so, I don't know. I could probably click. I'll click Water Bolt the next time Thing comes in. So he does get the ambush off, and that is fine. What I will do is I'll just go for a body throw. I do think that's okay, because he probably switches back into go garlic, and that's exactly what he does. So I will do a decent chunk to this, and it does take a bit of damage. So what I will do now is I will go into not Thornet. I will go into Mold again, and just click Water Bolt, because I don't have Rust yet. Oh, so he does switch out. He does double, and he goes into Volt 2. That's interesting, and what I will do now is I will go into Clangatang. He probably just hits and run here, but either way, I think it's just safer to not risk the any kind of shockwave, because that's just pretty dumb. Yeah, you don't want to throw the game like that. And he does go into Moss now, so he does have Moss, and that is interesting. Um, but Moss does lose to Thornet, and switches out into his Janeco. And let's see, what I can do now is maybe. So his attack is boosted. I don't know if. I think I could just hit and run on this. I feel like that's something I can do, and just like go into um, Clangatang after, maybe. But I will just hit and run. Alright, so that is good, actually. Really good, actually. And so I can just go into Clangatang for free and see what he goes for. He does actually go for the Soulfire. That won't do too much. Actually, that does nothing. And I get a completely free pursuit on him. And that is great, actually. So Janeko is down. And Janeko's otherwise a pretty big threat, especially to something like Mold. And so he does go back into Moss, and that's a very free Thornet, and he can switch out, but it's not really going to do too much for him. And even if he goes Clangatang, then I do just get another hidden run off. So yeah, I am in a really good position now. Soccer Blast, that won't do too much. And what I probably will do, oh, I am confused and I'm trapped. Okay, so I will just hit and run here. Hopefully I don't get hidden confusion, but either way, I will go for hit and run, and I will. I don't know. I hope that I can catch something. So he does go into Volt 2, and let's see. Thornet is confused. Thornet can go for the hit and run, which is good. And what I will do now, okay, so his defense is lowered. That's amazing, actually, because that means that Clangatang has a completely free pursuit. And pursuing Volt 2 is amazing, because now his two biggest threats to Mold are gone. So he is going to struggle hard versus Mold. And I am in a really good position right now, actually. I will just click Pursuit. Even if he stays in, he can't do much damage to me. And the Volt 2 is now dead. 4 to 6. And I'm in a great position right now. So he does go into his own Clangatang. And I don't know what I want to do. I mean, I could switch out technically to Spectatic, but I do want to keep Spectatic alive for thing, but I don't know. I could go into Volta 2 maybe and then like pivot out on it. Because I think I have to be slower than this for sure. But let's see. So he has Moss, Clangatang, Springling, and what's his last? Moss, Clangatang, Springling, and there's one more, I think. Oh, Gigarlic. So Clangatang isn't that useful here, so I don't really mind sacking it, but at the same time, I don't know if I want to sack it exactly, because I do kind of struggle with Clangatang. Um, so it's kind of tricky, and I do need to think about this. So what I will probably do is maybe click Shatter, but I don't really need Clangatang. That is the thing, so I probably can sack it here. But I also need something that can sort of. I mean, do I need Thornit? I don't know. I feel like I kind of do. And this is tricky. I do probably go into Meltemo after this, though, so that is one thing for sure. I will just click Shatter here, and yeah. So he does go for his own Shatter, and it does kill me. Alright, that is fine, actually, and what I will do now is I will go into Meltemo and just click Burning Orb, and burn whatever comes in. Uh, oh, wait, there is the garlic that exists, but I think I should be fine because either way, mold does come in for free on Gigarlic, and so we will go into Garlic. That does make sense, and yeah. So what I will do now is I will just go into my mold. I think that's probably the play, and yeah. All right, so he probably stays in here. I think burning orb. All right, so he does burn my mold, and that makes sense. But yeah. Um. All right, so what I will do now is I will just go for the water bolt probably. I mean, you could go into Springling, but I'm not sure. I'll just go for water bolt. I think he might switch in Clank. Okay, so he does go Springling. I should have just hit, but either way, it's fine. I don't really mind it. And yeah. So let's see, what can he do now? I need to switch out mold, not moss. I do need to switch out mold, and I will go into my Spectatic. And yeah, so this is looking a bit troublesome for me right now, but I do think that I can still find a way out of this. And so he does go for disarm, understandable, makes sense. And what I actually will do is I will double out into mold, I think. Um, okay, all right, I need to think about this, because if mold is my key to win, but get garlic does Volta to hit get garlic for super effective. I'm not sure. I don't think it does. And maybe. So it looks like it doesn't. But I do need. I don't know. This is kind of tough, but I don't think that he's gonna stay in here. I doubt it, because he kind of needs this. Um, but what do I need to do? So if I go into mold right now, I do kind of just lose the game. Um, so what I actually will do is I will go into Voltatu. And so he does actually switch out Springling, and he goes into his good Garlic. And the reason I went Volt 2 here is because I can just get hidden run off. And yeah, so I will go for hidden run now. That is fine. He probably brings in Clangatang after. But either way, I just want to get chip on something. And I didn't want to go mold, because if I did go mold and it died, I would just lose the game right there. And it's just safer to go Volta 2 first, so I can just get a safe hidden run off, and then go back into my mold. And what I will do is I will click Water Bolt after. I'll definitely click Water Bolt because he could bring in Springling, but the thing is, I don't think that he will, especially with him knowing that I have Water Bolt now. He probably will go into Clangatang, and yeah, so he does. Okay, that's great. He does go into Clangatang, and this will take a good bit. He is probably that looks like Curse Cloak Clangatang, from the damage. And yeah, so what I actually will do now is I think he'll shatter for sure. So what I probably will do is I want to switch into Thornit, but I don't know. I'll just go into Voltatsu. I doubt that he's gonna like not click shatter here because it's just like the obvious play. So actually he switches out and he goes into Springling, and this is actually really good for me because I do believe I live a hit from Springling, and I don't think he kills me here, and I will be able to just go for hit and run. And probably on his garlic. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And all right, that's actually really good for me right now. And what I will do is I will just go into Molt and click Water Bolt. He can go Springling, but either way, I don't really care if he does or not. Just because I can always come back in later, and being able to hit Clang is worth it. And he probably will go Springling here, but either way, it's not that big of a deal for me. And I just need to position myself well. And so Mold is getting a bit more chipped right now, but what I can do is I can easily just go back into my Spectatic and not worry about things, because Spectatic is going to be my Springling counter. And the good thing is Clangatang is actually really chipped. So Thornet could potentially find an opening. So he does actually go for Quick Strike. That does do a lot, surprisingly. I mean, it makes sense because it's a Springling, but yeah. So what I will do now is I will probably just go for a Crystal Cut. So he does Quick Strike in. All right, that's really good. Hopefully this Crystal Cut hits. It misses. That that sucks, but just got to deal with it. And yeah. All right, that's unfortunate, but either way, you know, it's just something that you have to deal with. Um, yeah. Yeah, alright. So, what I will do now is I will switch into my Thornet, probably. Yeah, I'll switch into Thornet, and I will just go for a hit and run now. I do want to click Swarm, but I don't know. I mean, I could click Swarm and like, hit the good Garlic for a bit of damage. So that's what I will do. And he does go to good Garlic. This will do a lot. I'm not sure how much, but it does a decent bit. And now I can just go for hit and run. And he probably will stay in here. I don't think he switches out. So yeah, let's see. He'll probably go for maybe a feast. That seems the most likely to me. And I do just go into mold. And what I actually will do is I will. I don't think he wants. Springling is his way to win here. Although he could switch in Moss, honestly. In all honesty, he might be able to switch in Moss here because I don't think he wants to lose. It's tough. Um, on one hand, he could switch in Clangatang, but I don't think he wants to, considering it's very valuable for his team. But if he does get in safely, he does kind of go for it. He does kind of claim a kill. Um, but I don't know. Moss seems like some. Even if Moss comes in, why does it matter, right? I'll just water bolt. He actually does switch in Springling. Um, I'm surprised by that, honestly. I didn't expect him to risk his win con there, because Mole just wins if it comes in a Goo Blast. But either way, I will just sack the Meltamon now because it is the most useless on my team. And yeah, um, so I think I could still win here, but it'll be tough. It'll be tricky. Um, so he does disarm the bubblegum, and what I will do now is go into my Thornet, actually, and I'll just click Swarm. Although I do want to hit and run, maybe. Um, I could just Swarm. Yeah, I'll Swarm. Okay, Garlic, and yeah, so it takes a good bit, and I'll just hit and run, and go into my, what's it called? Mold. Yeah. And so he'll just stay in here, of course. He has no reason to switch out. I mean, he might switch out a Clangatang, but even then, it's just pointless, right? And so I will go into my mold here. And yeah, so he does go for Fiery Bite. It makes sense. I do take a bit of damage. And there's no way he switches Springling in here. He loses if he does. So I don't. I'll just Water Bolt. He probably switches in Clangatang here. Alright, it just seems the most likely, right? Like, why would you switch in Springling? Alright, he does switch in Springling. A little surprising, but alright, I am in trouble now. So he is very aggressive with his Springling now. I am able to see that. So I will keep that in mind for next game. And what I will do is I'll switch into Thornet, because I do think that he might just, like, I don't know, Thornet could probably live a hit. So he does disarm, and okay, so Thornet lives, which is great. And I don't know, I'll quick sting here. I'll just quick sting. Alright, that is great. Hold on, I can win this still. I think I can still win this. Mold, I think Mold can pull this through. I do think Mold can win alongside Voltatu. Okay, this is actually really good. Klangtang, and I will just go for the Needle Spike because I do need that chip. I need that chip really badly, right? Oh, he has Quick Strike of his own. Um, So that is a problem. But yeah, I don't know. I could go for a hit and run into mold maybe, but I'll just go with mold. Cause I don't know. I'll just go for. I think I have to go agitate. So he does actually switch. And he does go into his moss. That is fine, and it misses. But I should be faster maybe. We'll see about that. But I will just go for the Goo Blast. Cause I don't know. I don't think he'll double back into Clangating. But either way, we'll just click Goo Blast here, and I'll see if he's faster. If he is in good game, but if not, then maybe I'll be able to pull through. Yeah, so he does. He is faster, and he does kill me. Actually, I live, but um, I get the Goo Blast off at least, I guess. Um, so yeah, now my Voltatu will lose to Clangy Tank, I think. Um, so yeah, yeah, it's alright. Alright, so now he is going to switch into Clang Tang, and I don't know if you can actually paralyze ground types, because I remember I paralyzed the Clang Tang before, but then the next time I did it, it didn't work, so maybe that was just a bug, but I'll see now. Alright, so it doesn't actually work. He does go for Dark Slash, and now my Voltatu is dead, and the ultimate RNG to finish it off. So yeah, he does get Quick Strike, and Voltatu is now dead, and that was the first game. Good game to my opponent. All right, on to the second round, and I do think I can win this. My team is really good. Not really good, but it's pretty good versus his, and I do think they'll probably lead Klangentang here. So what I actually will do is go with Spectatic. Although I'll just go my own Klangentang actually, because it beats Volta too, and you know okay, sent out his own Klangentang, and do I think that I really do think that sacking my Klangentang to his is worth it. Because I think that my team benefits a lot more from Clangatang dying, because that was a huge roadblock for Volta 2 last time, because I do not have the Rust mold, which I really do need to get. But yeah, for now, I do need to just kill his Clangatang, and I wonder if he's Earth Cube. Maybe he is. I guess we'll see. Alright, so that did not too much. And I will go into, let's see, probably mold. Actually, no, no, I can't go into mold. I'll probably just click shatter again, or maybe try a mental slash. So I will go into spectatic. So he switches himself, and he goes into moss. And but either way, spectatic is good against moss. It's not amazing or anything, but if I'm able to kill it, that is going to be. I don't know. I could just go thorn it, but I think that disarming is good because he will switch into the garlic. And yeah, so I do know that my Thornet is faster than his Jineko, and I'll just switch into Mold because I do not want to risk. I mean, he could switch into Jineko, but I feel like going Mold is just. I feel like going Mold is fine. Burning Orb. It does actually go for the Burning Orb this time, which is interesting. And what I will do is I will go for the Goo Blast this time. Um, maybe he goes Springling again. Jineko. All right. That's fine. Attack was boosted. I will just go for the Goo Blast. And maybe I'll poison. Who knows? We'll see. Right, so I don't actually poison. And yeah, so Jineko is actually a really big problem. I should not have taken that hit with what's it called, my Clangatang. So that is my fault. I shouldn't have done that. And what I will do is I will just switch into my Thornet. And I will just go for a hit and run, probably. Maybe a Swarm. Oh, I feel like he switches into Moss. Interesting. I don't know why he didn't just hit there, but that is fine. Because I will just be able to go for a hit and run. I'll hit and run. And he does go into get garlic. Maybe I'll get a defense drop here. Maybe that'll be nice. A crit. Alright, that is fine. And I will just go into mold. And I don't know, I think I could double back into Thornet. I feel like that is feasible. Just because Jineko might come out. He's not staying in. There's no way. Um, yeah, Thornet isn't exactly needed, but I don't know. I just don't see him playing Fiery Bite here. I just don't think that's like something that he'd actually do. He does switch out into his Jineko. Makes sense. And I will actually go for the Swarm this time. And I probably do claim a kill here, actually, because Garlic is pretty low. And 2 Swarms should be able to kill it. And yeah, I'm actually in a really good position right now. He actually goes into his Voltitude. That is fine. And I don't actually know if I'm faster than him or not. But either way, I don't want to risk my Thornet, so I will just go into my own Voltitude. Because, I don't know, risking my own Thornet just seems dumb. Like, I don't want to do that. Right, so he does actually hit and run, and, it makes sense. But he does go into his Clangatang, which is fine, right? I just go for hit and run. And he probably, I don't know, he'll probably just go for, maybe he shatters, but I don't think so. I feel like he can't shatter here. So he probably will just go for, like, flaming, what's it called, like, fire, Triamental slash fire, or dark slash. Because he doesn't actually have, oh, he does shatter, actually. Alright, that's fine. And so what I will do now is I actually will double into, no, I can't double into Volta 2. I can body throw here. That's what I will do, actually, just to chip the garlic a bit. Yeah, because I couldn't risk mold like that. Like, that was just stupid. Like, I couldn't do that. So what I will do is I just go into mold, and I'll just Goo Blast, honestly, because, I mean, it's tough, because I could just double into Thornit again. And that's what I probably will do. Audible Thornit, because he doesn't Fire Bite here. There's no way. You know? Sacking Good Garlic just, like, it doesn't really make much sense to me. He does actually go for Fiery Bite. Alright. Guess that's fair. But, now I go into Mold. And, yeah, I just go for a Goo Blast here. Not much else I can say. He switches out into his Jineko. I guess that's a problem, but, yeah. I should have switched out, but, I shouldn't have switched, but, I don't know, I just didn't think that he'd actually go for a Fiery Bite and risk his, not melt garlic like that, but, either way, I will just go into my, I'll just go into Meltema. I don't really have anything else that I could go to. And he might think I'm slower. I don't even know if I'm faster or slower, but, so just get the magic defense drop, but that doesn't matter. And I will just go for a Fiery Bite here. Maybe he'll stay in. Maybe I'm faster. Who knows? But okay, I'm not faster. But either way, what I will do is I will go into Volta 2, and I'll just click I will just click Airstrike because I mean I should probably click Thunder Shock. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I should have clicked it because it will kill him, and he has to stay in here, right? There's no way that he goes in the Clangatang because he does switch out. It goes into Volta 2. Alright, I mean, that makes sense, but, yeah. Alright, I'll just Shockwave then, I guess. Although I should probably hit and run. Because he might go get Garlic. I'll just Airstrike, actually. So he does go for his own Airstrike, and that is fine. And I will go for my Airstrike, and I should be able to kill him with my next one. And either way, I don't really... And nothing can really take this Airstrike, right? Like, nothing wants to switch into it. Even if it's Clangatang, he still doesn't want to do that, right? So, we'll see. He does go into get Garlic, and I will just hit and run after. Um, yeah. All right. So he stays in. Probably just gonna feast because why would you not feast here, right? I mean, maybe Fiery Bite, but either way, it just doesn't see. Okay, he does Fiery Bite, and I guess that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, still live a Volta 2 hit after. And what I will do actually is I will go for the Goo Blast. Um, yeah, I'll go for the Goo Blast because I think he might go into Springling maybe. Okay, Janeko. Alright, I don't know why I thought he'd go into Springling. Janeko just makes a lot more sense. Um, so what I will do now, so I did actually poison, and that is pretty nice, actually. I don't know if it'll come into play, but if I do switch out, I can actually switch my, not Molt, my Clangatang into this, and it might be able to live a Psycho Force. And yeah, so I'll see if I live a Psycho Force. And I do actually live it, just barely. I don't think a Haunt. I don't think I would have been able to live a Haunt or not. But, Yeah, so he does have Clanking, and what I will do is I do kind of want to sack Spectatic, but I mean I can't exactly do that. So I'll just go for a Pursuit right now. And so he does Cycle Force again, and I'll just go into Volta too. And then probably just Airstrike. Oh, it actually does kill. Alright, that is really good. That is actually really good. And he could go into what's it called, Clanking, but I don't think he will. Yeah, okay, okay, that's really good actually. So we will probably just hit and run here, and what I will do is I will go for the Airstrike, and he probably does go into Moss here, either Moss or Clanking. That's what I expect. And yeah, I'll just okay. So he does actually hit and run. That is fine. I don't really mind that. Um, so I will hit. I will kill something here. If he goes in Clanking, I claim a kill. And this should do like a good bit. All right, that probably two KOs. I do think it two KOs. So I will go for the Airstrike again, and yeah, see what happens. Um, he doesn't. Oh, I completely forgot about Quick Strike, but I still live it either way, and that is good. So Clang Tang is now down, and it's now 3-4. So he has what does he have left? He has Springling, Moss. So Springling does claim a kill here, although he could Quick Strike. I'll go into Spectatic because I do expect him to Quick Strike. I don't think he'll disarm, but maybe he does. Yeah, so he does Quick Strike, and I should activate my Heal Jelly. That is actually really good for me right now. And what I will do is I will actually double back into Mold on potential good Garlic because I don't think he wants to sack his Spring. Okay, he sacks his Springling. Um, all right, interesting. Um, I feel like you'd lose to what's it called, Tatu, if he did that. But all right, I guess I'll go back into Spectatic and Quick Strike. It doesn't. All right, so I'll Crystal Cut then. Um, Maybe he switches out now. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, I found it interesting. It feels like he's playing very aggressive with Springling, but I mean, like I guess it makes sense. But okay, I was about to double back into mold there, but it's just good that I didn't. So I actually don't do much damage. I'm surprised by that damage, honestly. Um, all right. So I do think that Springling cleans me. Of course, it cleans me now. Um, So yeah, I guess that's it. Good game to my opponent. He did win the two games in the best of three, and yeah, what could I have done differently? I don't know. I should have played more careful. GG. I think I should have played more. I think I should have played more straightforward there, because that was ultimately my demise. But either way, good game to my opponent, and that's the end of it.